I'm going to defer to Governor Williams-Ruth if you want. There was time at the end of the day if you want to move the first read of your proposed amendments to the WSBA bylaws.
Yes, I think it'll be very quick. I believe we can do this in 7 minutes and still make lunch.
All right, you're on.
So for those who are on the Legislative Review Committee, the Board Legislative Committee know that this is an issue that came up, and that was whether or not the BLC has the authority to review and approve court rule comments by the entities reporting to us. The analysis of the bylaws made it, my feeling was no, we do not, because the rules specifically say that the committee could do legislation, but nothing about court rules. So what has been proposed as a first read that's in our materials will simply say that in the event that there is not a scheduled Board of Governors meeting by the time a court rule deadline is pending, that a special meeting of the Board Legislative Committee can be convened to then approve or deny the request of the court rules submission. So it's very much just trying to be in that stopgap, as we don't know what the future will be for scheduling of Board of Governors meetings, and that we shouldn't have situations where an entity cannot engage in their right to comment simply because it would be too difficult or costly or impossible to get a full Board of Governors meeting together.
Thank you. Question from Governor Pertzer.
Yes, thank you. I'm curious, in the practical effect, it doesn't seem like the passage of a court rule is a real rapid process. So what is the likelihood that there would be some type of a passage of a rule that we would not have a meeting to discuss? It just seems like it's unlikely for that to occur.
Thank you, Governor Pertzer. So I will say that it actually happened this year. And that is why, fortunately, what happened, I don't want to say fortunately, what happened in this year's case is that the proposal came forward, and because it came to us, we were able to realize that the comment was not yet fully ready for prime time. And so the comment was withdrawn, but because of the fact that the deadline was April 30th, the comment came in after our March meeting. And as everyone knows, we did not have an April meeting. And so we were in a situation where, had they wanted to go forward, the only way it would have been able to, under our current bylaws, is to call a special Board of Governors meeting. And the reason why the BLC, and for the public who are unaware, the Board Legislative Committee is actually the only committee, because of its charter and its mission of looking at legislative action that would be commented on by the Bar Association or an entity, is a majority of the Board of Governors. That actual committee is 11 governors that are on that committee. So it would have the nimbleness of the majority of the board, but yet also the cost-effective savings of not having to get the whole dog and pony show of a Board of Governors meeting.
Any other questions for Governor Williams-Ruth?
Mr. President.
I see your hand, Governor Stevens.
Thank you. And I just want to, so this is really a process question, which is, do we need to move and second it at this meeting for it to then be taken up at the next meeting? I mean, what do we do here?
It's just a first read, so don't have to do anything.
Well, it doesn't need to be placed into the queue here?
I'm going to put it on the agenda for the July meeting.
For action.
We're at the executive committee meeting that we have right before the July meeting. We'll discuss that, so please attend that if you would.
Okay, I don't know that I will, but I was just asking. So what I'm really asking is, without us doing anything now, just because it's been submitted, it will be proper to then have a motion and a second at our July meeting. Is that correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
So any other comments or questions about this first read of the amendments to the legislative committee and the bylaws? We are going to make it to lunch on time. Very important because we have guests. We have a Local Heroes Award ceremony to conduct. And so I'll see you all over there in the lunchroom. Make sure you get a good plate full of food. Thanks. We're at recess.